Chapter 104. After hearing that, Zhao Ran's expression froze slightly for a moment, and then she quickly regained her smile and walked up to Qi pressing close to him. A soft and warm feeling kept rubbing against Qi Xia's arm. Brother Qi, you are so smart. You must be able to lead us out of here, right? Just take me with you. Jia Yan looked at the girl in front of her with a helpless expression. She felt that the girl's state was even more professional than that of her colleagues. No, neither she or her colleagues really liked this profession. They were all forced by life and had no other choice, so none of them would show such a fawning expression. We don't get along. Tijia was completely unmoved and coldly looked at Xiao Ran. You'd better join another team. A glint of coldness flashed in Xiao Ran's eyes, but it quickly disappeared. Through the performance in the previous several games, she knew that Kuzhal was an extremely intelligent person. If she didn't follow him, she definitely wouldn't have any chance of surviving. Brother Qi, Xiao Ran pouted and said, do you dislike me that much? Yes, I dislike you very much. Tijal nodded again, shook off Xiao Ran, and moved away from her. Is there anyone else who wants to come with me? If not, then let's part ways here. His eyes were fixed on Huan Wai Aimo and Officer Li, with a hint of expectation. Tijal hoped that these two people could voluntarily participate in the games so that they could transform into reliable teammates. Tijal, Officer Li suddenly called out. What's the matter? Officer Li's lips moved slightly, as if he was organizing his words. After a while, he asked, do you think I can get out of here? After hearing that, Tijal slowly lowered his head and looked at the ground. This question had a double meaning and was very difficult to answer. If Officer Li could return to the real world, he would become a veritable murderer. Even if he was lucky enough to go back to the day before he committed the murder, he would still be a corrupt policeman who colluded with fraudsters. This dilemma was like two sharp knives, respectively pressing against his throat and heart, making it impossible for him to move forward at all. No wonder Officer Li had been hesitant until now. He simply had no reason to get out. Kaja thought for a while and then asked solemnly, do you have anyone you care about? Someone I care about. A cute, chubby, smiling face appeared in front of Officer Li. It was Yuan Chuan. Of course I have someone I care about, but how should I face her? I'll help you. Kanjia interrupted Officer Li. Whether it's about getting out or the situation, I'll help you. Officer Li was stunned for a moment. He looked at Qijia in disbelief and instantly understood what the other meant. However, since both sides had concern, neither of them made it clear at this time. Did Qijia already have a way to deal with Zhang Huan and, come to think of it, Kaizhao and Zhang Huan and were not even on the same level. If Qijia was willing to give him advice, he would definitely be able to get rid of that scumbag. For Zhang Huan and ordinary reasoning no longer worked. Now, the only way was to fight fire with fire. Okay, I believe you, Officer Li said. I'll join you too. Qijia nodded and then looked at Han Wai Aimo, but he didn't say anything and just gave the other a look. Compared with the last time, the only variable this time was Han Wai Aimo. Officer Li hadn't echoed yet, so Han Wai Aimo became the only echoer in the team. In this way, with echoers on both sides, could they have a chance to fight against the extreme way? Can I refuse? Han Wai Aimo replied. Yes, Qijia nodded, but I'd like to know the reason. Han Wai Aimo raised his head with a troubled look. Qijia, although you saved me just now and I really want to repay you, I simply can't bear these games with my psychological quality. I'll break down. He gave a very honest reason, so honest that Qijia didn't even know how to refute it. Han Wai Aimo's biggest problem was his timidity, and according to what he said himself, he suffered from severe claustrophobia. Many of the games were fatal to him. But then Qijia thought that according to Zhang Ruozu's statement, the more extreme a person's emotions were, the more likely they were to hear the echo. Perhaps this was also the reason why Han Wai Aimo was the first to awaken this ability. What if you don't need to participate in the games? Qijia asked. don't need to participate in the games? Han Wai Mo didn't quite understand. Then wouldn't I have even less reason to join your team? He also thought that this requirement was a bit far-fetched, but in order to get Han Wai Mo to join them, there was really no better way. It doesn't matter. Just come with us and help us come up with ideas. He Zhao said. If we can really win the way, I'll share it with you. After hearing that, Han Wai Mo thought for a while and then joined the team. Seeing that everyone was actively dividing into teams, Lawyer Zhang, who had been watching for a long time, didn't understand and asked, without knowing any information at all, are you all so confident? Zhao Ran stood beside Taizhou and naturally took his arm. With Brother Qi around, what information do we need? Let go. Taizhou stopped Zhao Ran's action. What Lawyer Zhang said was reasonable. Everything Ke Zhou had done was too suspicious. Now, except for Lawyer Zhang and Dr. Xiao, almost everyone had sided with Ke Zhou. This made the number of people in the two teams become 7 to 2, extremely unbalanced. Dr. Xiao looked at the current team division situation and also took a step forward. Let me say a few words. Since everyone has sided with the officer, actually, I don't think it's necessary for us to divide into teams anymore. Why don't we all act together? Wouldn't that be safer? Yes, yes, yes. Zhao Ran also quickly said. It's safer for us to walk together. Things gradually developed in a strange direction. Tish or Ely wanted to stop them, but he had no reason. Forcing everyone to divide into two teams here would only make people more suspicious. Officer Li saw this and also nodded. In that case, it seems that we really don't need to divide into teams. Let's all go together. He was the only one who had seen and remembered Zhao Ran's true face last time. Officer Li had a bit of friction with Xiao Ran, but it couldn't be considered as being hostile. Han Wai Mo had died on the first night and didn't know anything about what happened later. Only Ke Zhou understood that this woman might undermine the whole team from the inside. But now, how could he find a legitimate reason to kick her out? Everyone, although I'm not really keen to interrupt you, Lin Qin suddenly spoke up from the side. There's something that I've been concerned about all along. What's the matter? Ji Yao Jiao turned his head and asked. Lin Qin stretched out a finger and pointed into the distance. There was a youth standing there. Since just now, it seems that there has been someone staring at us all the time. When the youth saw that everyone had noticed him, he didn't avoid it at all and slowly walked towards the crowd. Seeing his appearance, Tizhao couldn't help but be stunned. The youth with a braid came to everyone. Bao Qin Balakoi. Everyone, I saw that you had been chatting before, so I didn't interrupt. Are you done chatting now?